Yo, what is good, YouTube, and welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we are reacting to HTB'S. I played NBA 2K25 My Team early. I think this might be the best video to get a comprehensive review of what NBA 2K25 My Team is looking like. HTB obviously is one of the best My Team creators in the community. Has been doing it for a very long time. Great guy, and he obviously was invited to Community Day and was able to capture a lot of footage for NBA 2K25. The embargo has just been lifted. It is 10:03 Central Time as I record this. This video was uploaded at 10 Central Time, which is when the My Team footage embargo was lifted. So we have ourselves a My Team video here. We're going to be reacting to it, seeing what is new, what is good, all the stuff that was not revealed in the blog. There's going to be a lot of information in this video about things that we did not previously know. So this will likely be a very long video. It's a 15-minute video from him. I'm going to be pausing at certain points, talking about my own take on certain things as well. I have not watched this yet, obviously, as it just came out. So I'm excited about this video. This is going to be a fun one to react to, and I am excited to see what is coming in NBA 2K25 and what is new that has not been revealed so far. So with that being said, without further ado, let's hop right into it and let's take a look. And let's start off this video, man. I'm excited about this one.
I got the chance to play NBA 2K25 My Team early. Let's talk about it. First off, big shout out to 2K for flying me out for Con Day so that I had the opportunity to do this. It was some great vibes with some great people, and also Bristol Studio. Y'all cooked with this hoodie. It's insane.
It is a cool hoodie. I'll give him that. That's cool.
I remember the last time we had access to anything My Team related before the game actually came out. I think it was back in 2K17 when Cash Nasty did a pack opening.
He makes a great point. I don't remember the last time either. Ever since I started playing My Team was not a part of Community Day. So this is the first time that's ever been the case. So I'm excited about this because we're getting more early access than we generally would to My Team. So that's pretty exciting.
We don't have access into the full mode. We've got just enough that there's going to be things to discuss. Let's talk about the good and the bad. We start off by choosing and opening our starter packs. I went with the Raptors, but honestly, the relevancy aside from cosmetics doesn't really matter. What
your starter pack doesn't matter. Just pick your favorite team.
What matters is when you go ahead and you choose the free agents who got bigger upgrades this year, and by that I mean games played. It's not 5 games anymore. These 94 overalls that you see in front of you can play up to 25 games each, which is kind of insane.
We already knew about this. Some free agent cards probably still will be only 5 games, but they have extended the limits on certain free agent cards. In my opinion, by the way, the best of these cards to pick is going to be Kevin Durant and Giannis. That's just my thought. It's going to be up to y'all who y'all decide to pick, but my thought is probably KD or Giannis.
We all do not like running into free agents early on.
Oh, Luka's point guard eligible. Never mind. Luka might actually be a good choice too because Luka's PG eligible. I did not realize that. That's interesting. I was not aware of that because in the first screenshot they showed in the blog, he was not PG eligible. Now he is. So Luka might be a good choice as well as a tall day one point guard who you get 25 games out of. That's interesting.
On in the year, but at least everyone is playing on an even playing field, I guess. Nonetheless, I think the 2 most popular picks are going to be the Kevin Durant and the Giannis Antetokounmpo. Although Luka Doncic might be a sleeper because he's probably not going to have any defense, but he's a 6'7" point guard in September.
That's what I literally just said.
He's got to figure out a way to use him. And then we move over to the free agent legend you get to pick.
They did not show these.
25 games. These ones, in fact, have 10 games instead.
10 games. They're 96 overalls. KG, Kareem, Dr. J, MJ. My guess is Dr. J is probably the best choice, or KG, because KG is going to give you a semi-stretch 5. So Dr. J or KG will probably be your best choice, but again, they only have 10 games, so use them smartly.
Kevin Garnett and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Now, history tells me Julius Erving should be the very obvious pick here. As far as looking at the
KG.
of the card, the layout was the same as previous 2Ks with the exception of the new slot that they got there for the legend badge. Now after all that,
wow, those cards have, look at these. I mean, the stats are fine. They have no badges at all. Gold poster as a layup mixmaster and physical finisher. So they did not soup up free agent cards at all badge wise, which is probably intended to keep them from being too good day one, but
now after all that, we loaded into Rivet and spawned inside the My Team store. This
is so cool.
You can walk around and buy packs, but
this might, I don't know. The whole concept of Park being added to My Team in Rivet City is a very neat concept to me. So I think this is pretty neat.
Beyond that was Rivet City itself, and I can't lie to you, it was very aesthetically pleasing, especially because the last few years I've been looking at neon lights or there's been crowd members all up in my face.
This is way better visually than the way that Triple Threat Online has been done the last few years.
A nice, pretty pretty park where I could hoop.
He's right. It's cool.
Smile. So I was walking around getting ready to hop onto a triple threat spot because I figured this was going to be it for the MyTEAM experience. Hop into a game with the free agent cards and call it a day. But no, I looked up at a billboard and apparently somebody...
What in the Galaxy Opal Kareem Abdul-Jabbar 98 over... What?
had pulled a 98 overall Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Yeah, I was surprised, so I went to go inspect, and man, was it beautiful to see that we were gonna be able to open packs. And y'all know I was gonna be...
These have to be like promo, like just for community day, right? There's no way they're dropping Galaxy Opals day one, right?
A fiend for that. Nonetheless, inside the pack market was a diamond pack, a pink...
Okay, so it says Community Day, Galaxy Opal, Pink Diamond, and Diamond. Interesting. Okay.
Some of the players we could pull within that Galaxy...
These are all Community Day cards. These are not, I don't think, actually going to be in the game. At least I hope not. We do not need day one Galaxy Opals.
Pack were crazy. You got Braun, Curry, Jordan, Giannis, KD...
It's just the best players ever, pretty much.
As far as pink diamonds, there was a Joel Embiid, Iverson,
Paul George.
Mitchell,
I don't think these cards are going to be in the game.
And lastly, the diamonds, which featured a card I think they purposely put in there for me. Y'all see it right
Rui
there?
Hachimura.
94 diamond.
I love that. That's cool.
Hachimura among some other diamonds, but we're focused on the boy Rui, and conveniently, I got myself a MyTEAM card with a 94 overall. So let me know in the comments, ladies and gentlemen.
Community Day looks so cool, man. If I know I'm way too negative about 2K to ever be invited to Community Day, but I know this doesn't have anything to do with 2K25. But it would be cool to go to Community Day one day because that would be so neat. But I don't think I'm ever going to get that opportunity. And you know what? It is what it is. It'd be neat though.
Gentlemen, is that too high of a rating? Is that too low? Or is that just right?
94 seems about right for HTB.
Disclaimer, those cards you saw are not final decision for 2K25.
Yeah, I don't think those cards will be in the mode.
I'd be very surprised if we saw those cards on day one.
Agreed.
This was going to be a cool way for us to see the pack opening animation in MyTEAM, which I liked, but I also didn't like. First off,
that means that's kind of lame, honestly. Oh my gosh.
But I don't necessarily like either.
That's the diamond, right?
But what's nice is the way the animation begins with a gem tier hitting the ground.
Okay, that's cooler.
To the eventual tease of what the card might be, but when it eventually gets to the final screen, that's kind of where I go.
Wow, that's lame. That's lame. So the glow still kind of sucks, and the end animation is dumb. The in-between animation is neat. It's got to be cooler than this, right?
When I look at it, it's just kind of giving me that screenshot.
It just looks weird.
More looks like it's meant for like a MyTEAM mobile. So after
rewatching
this pack opening here, I have a feeling this isn't actually the final animation when it comes to opening the pack.
I think he's got a good point here.
Park, because when you look at the way the gem tier opens up, there's a background as if somebody should be walking out.
Yeah.
Is it just me? Y'all let me know.
No, I think he's right.
Now, one thing I can confirm is holographic cards are back.
Holo cards are back. That's cool.
I saw a couple other creators pulling them, and my question is, what value
that looks so weird. I hope this is not the end graphic.
Last year, obviously, we had the player market, so the resale with the holos were absolutely crazy. But this year, now that we have the auction house back, how exactly is that all gonna work?
It's a good question.
What value are they gonna bring to the holo cards?
Do they have ×4 quick sell values again?
In fact, never here for me is that I wanted to pull a duplicate card while doing my pack opening, and this was important because I mainly wanted to see the quick sell value of a card, and to no surprise, it wasn't exactly the highest regardless of the gem tiers of these cards.
2,000 for a pink diamond.
Technically not the final
1,000 for Chet Colbrin, a diamond. I really hope the quick sell values are higher than that. Although there is an auction house, but for unsellable cards and stuff like that, that's not, I don't know.
But just figured I get it out there for you guys. My favorite pull throughout this pack opening, which should come as no surprise to most of you guys, was a Galaxy Opal that eventually ended up being the
LeBron James.
LeBron James. And I was excited to just get into the park.
I just want to see some gameplay, man.
So it was time to get busy. Also, I'm not gonna lie, that glow around the Galaxy Opal,
that bronze stats are pretty. I mean, he's Galaxy Opal, I guess, but his stats are souped.
Exactly like park where you get onto a spot and wait for someone, and that someone had arrived.
So are you waiting for someone in the park, or are you going to automatically get matched with somebody else online is the question. Because if you have to wait on a Got Next spot to play Triple Threat Online, did I say Got Next spot? Got Next spot for Triple Threat Online. That's a problem, in my opinion, if you have to wait for games, because Triple Threat Online is a mode you have never had to wait for games before. If you all of a sudden have to wait 5 minutes for the game that you're waiting on to finish, that's going to be a problem. It's going to, especially if it leads to like overcrowded parks and stuff. That could be a bit of a deterrent, actually, from the Triple Threat Online experience to a certain extent. These cards definitely won't be in day one 2K though. I find it very, very unlikely.
The card art itself when the game is loading in is actually pretty awesome. And the first
that's true. The card art loading in is cool.
Being none other than fellow MyTEAM YouTuber
Kilsamoy, okay. And James Harden. Let's see what this is like. Oh my goodness, Hoff Interceptor on Braun, big steal. The meter's interesting.
It doesn't look that slow at all, and I think the reason I felt like that is because I was coming off of 2K24, where cards have 99 everything,
right.
Every Hall of Fame.
It always plays slower early in the year.
Patty base, pro leaner, all that crazy junk. So to go back to what is a normal feeling basketball player is probably what threw me off.
It's interesting because we don't, the thing is, none of the community guys have ever really played the game before, and obviously day one for us, we won't have played the game either. So the gameplay that we're going to see here in this video is not going to be super high tier gameplay. It's going to take a couple weeks for people to figure out the game mode and figure out the new dribbling engine and stuff like that. So there might be some cool things we glean from this, but I wouldn't take too much away from the gameplay that we see in early access videos like this, or even when I start uploading gameplays on this game in the first few days. It's going to take a little bit for people to adjust, for people to learn the new game, because I think there is a lot of new to this game compared to last year, where the dribble engine was very similar and it played for the most part like a lot similar to 2K22, for example, or 2K23. I think there's a biggest change in the gameplay that there's been in a few years, and that could be a really good thing, but it is going to take some time to adjust. So the gameplay that we see in this video and in other videos like this over the next several days, over the next even couple weeks, even when 2K25 comes out, might be not super high quality at first. You're gonna have to be patient with it to see how it is. So the drag back is still a thing. Does Braun's actual jumper fade away this year like Jimmy Butler's used to, or was that just off of that animation?
Because every time they would step on the court or get in the way, I wanted to punch the virtual out of them.
Okay.
So 2K, thank you for removing that. I was also definitely struggling with the dribbling in this new dribbling system. Like,
oh my lord.
Even Curry escape. Luckily, we had big boy Wilt.
Look at Wilt with the standing. Standing dunks, by the way, I've heard are actually pretty good this year. So it'll be interesting to see how good those are. If they're any, like, hopefully they're just not better than they were last year. If they're as good as they were last year, that's fine.
Back in the basket. So right there, you'll notice
Giannis's jumper looks kind of ugly.
I like it a bit more. Here we are with LeBron out on the break, but Kareem
can't get blow-bys very much.
I got something for him.
Drag back. Oh no, Braun's. So it must have been the animation that he got. He shot it too early or something off of the drag back, because the drag back is still in the game. Braun has a good one, and you see about the amount of separation that he was able to get. And Braun's jumper, by the way, looks really smooth.
Don't worry. I got something.
That's a nice move, but look how smooth Braun's jumper looks. That's nice.
James Harden immediately.
Ooh, Harden still got a money jumper for sure. His jumper's always good, to be fair. Oh, you almost turned it over. Shot, Steph. Bang. It looks like the contest system, I could be wrong, but it looks like the contest system is a little less aggressive this year. You might be able to get shots off easier than you were last year. Last year's contest system after season 1 was a complete disaster in my opinion. So that's something that I'm just noticing a little bit so far. Obviously, again, gonna have to get my hands on the game and play it myself and see what I think, but it looks promising.
Unfortunately, we can't see how contested these shots are.
That's true.
Big boy Wilt back on the
For some reason, the contest system isn't on. Braun all the way. Oh, the dunk meter looks different.
Kicks it out to Giannis.
Giannis's jumper is hideous.
Shot right here, and we're gonna take advantage.
Stop. Dot. Wilt, don't shoot that.
Back to Steph for the easy dime.
Good shot.
One final rebound here by Wilt, who now has 10 rebounds.
Lay. Oh my. Braun's jumper is clean, man.
Money.
Our jumper's going to be better this year in general for the most. Like, Giannis's jumper looks hideous, so I don't know about that. But Braun's jumper looks cash.
Just got that connection. That's also going to complete my 2K25 Calm Day quest, which was collabing and making a video together with a creator who flew here from a different continent. And Kilsamoy, He's from Australia. And with the reward being 2 digital codes for NBA 2K25, we're going to be giving those away in today's video. All you've got to do is comment down below what is the first thing you're looking forward to doing once you have NBA 2K25.
Hey, if you want 2K25, go comment on HTB'S video. You might have a chance to win it.
5. GG's to my boy Killsmoy, man, and a great way to start off the MyTEAM Park with a dub. In the post game, you are presented
that's neat.
with a winner's circle and a player of the game.
It's kind of cool.
Card. Now, I think the MT points earned from the game weren't final because the math wasn't really mathing with the total.
Yeah, that's glitched somehow.
Nor did it show the.
Although still, even if it's not glitched, that's like less than 700 MT, I think, or somewhere around 700 MT. That's not great if that's what you get from a triple threat online game.
Multiplier points.
Hopefully it's more than that.
Rep points, so we'll probably get the final numbers on
Oh yeah,
those
rep level. It's gonna be interesting to see how that works.
I was far from done hooping, man. We just got a taste of the MyTEAM Park, and I wanted the whole load.
Let's see if his
opponent loaded up and it was time to get busy, but yeah, listen. I know you see it. I know I see it. Do I have to call it out? I think I'm gonna call it out.
See
I'm
what?
gonna call it out. The matching white jersey.
Oh,
Now,
yeah.
I instantly relayed this to the devs, so hopefully this isn't a thing come 2K25.
Yeah, that would be
because,
nice. We do not need those.
Yeah, we don't like that. Didn't mean we weren't gonna hoop though.
Standing dunks are good.
Right back in the action. Now, one thing
They seem really
wanted to
solid.
get you guys was in-game audio. Unfortunately, I could not figure out a way to turn off. The
I'm fine
music
with
that
no
was
in-game
playing
audio,
in the
honestly.
MyTEAM Park, and I'm not really
'Cause I don't
trying to
ever have it
get
on,
a
personally.
copyright strike. Where was Giannis going
Where's the
there?
drop
Easy
steps?
layup for big
Show me a
Will
drop
Wilson. Right
step.
now, you can see a little defensive stop animation. He makes
Bronze
the
jumper is
he's the
cash,
same
though,
thing
bro.
wide open,
It's
and we
better
knocked
than
down
it's
a big
been.
time three. Boom.
Standing dunks are
I'm
good.
telling you, Will
When you have
was
rise up
unstoppable
and badges like
for the
that.
hours that I was
Dude,
playing the games.
the contest system is better, man. Look at this. Look at this. The contest system is better. This should be the way it works. That's an open shot, right? Like this right here last year, this is a contested shot. Plain and simple. You are getting contested. You are getting slowed down because look how close the defender is. But in real life, that's an open shot. I like the way the contest system seems because that's a shot. Last year, this is a contest. This year, it's not. I like that.
Hours that I was playing the game. Steph Curry, that was definitely contested. I can't even lie to you, but they're out here just balling. LeBron James.
I wonder what
once again
difficulty
back
this is
in the
on.
offense into a little
Bronze
pick and
burst
roll
looks
with
kinda
Wade.
nice.
Hope he makes the mistake
Don't
right
leave
now.
Steph.
Steph's gonna knock down the game-winning three. Look at Will Chamberlain though. 12 points, 6 rebounds, and 1
Inside
assist.
bigs
This
looking
man is an
souped.
animal. Next game, I want to give Michael Jordan and Paul George some runs. I do gotta say though, this wilt is special. Now this game was
Paul
good 'cause
George
it
smooth,
reminded
man.
me
He
that
always
the
is smooth in 2K.
takeovers aren't a thing
Oh.
or adjusted, whatever it might be. When I eventually filled my meter in game, it gave me the hot red ring in game like it was 2K16 again. Jordan's jumper is still mocap.
It's still
Unfortunately,
cursed is
none
what
of
that
the cards
means.
we got to use had
So
a
Jordan
advantage.
cards are gonna suck until they give him a different jumper later in the year, but that's fun. This is the second year in a row that Jordan's just been probably terrible. But let's go back and look at Jordan's jumper again. Just why not? Let's go look, take a look at it.
The hot red ring in game like it was 2K16 again. Jordan's jump.
It's ugly, bro. It's just ugly.
Is still mocap.
I don't know.
Unfortunately, none of the cards we got to use had a legend badge because I really wanted to see how demonic that'll eventually get.
PG's jumper looks about the same as last year, but it's smooth. This must not be a very high difficulty because he didn't green that and went in. Jordan's jumper is hideous, bro.
Goes the dynamite, and
That's a cool animation. But the way the ball bounces around.
The greens are no longer just swishes.
Right.
They can now rattle in, and a bunch of different things can go
It's
on.
neat.
And even though you can't hear the audio, the chain link swish, it's amazing.
The chain link
Now, there's
will
some
be
things I
cool.
wanna talk about. For starters, if you put 2 and 2 together, you can tell that SBMM, aka skill-based matchmaking, is effectively dead, at least in TTO, because the only way to match up
In TTO, but not in the modes that it actually matters. And there was no skill-based matchmaking in Triple Threat Online last year anyway, I'm pretty sure.
for both you to get on the court and start a game. Now, me personally, I absolutely love it. SBMM has been hurting 2K for a couple of years.
SBMM is still in the modes that are 5v5. I mean, it may not be in salary cap. I don't think it was in salary cap last year either. But it is definitely going to be in Showdown, and it will almost certainly be in King of the Court as well on the weekends. So I don't think that matters that much because I don't think there was skill-based matchmaking in Triple Threat in the last couple of years anyway. So I don't know.
Now, especially on the MyTEAM end of things, although it could definitely get interesting because one thing very similar to Park that has is happening in the MyTEAM park.
That brawn
the
is
hot streaks
great.
on your court. When you're cooking for long enough, that fire starts to hop on your court, and at that point, you're probably going to be attracting some sweats.
Dang, why did they make brawn so good? 13 hops.
Hot streaks are going to end up being fun, though, for those of you guys who are MyTEAM streamers and like to sweat, because similar to what they do on the park end of things, it'd be cool to see some people try to go for the 100 over.
Yeah, the win streak stuff is going to be cool. I do think that's pretty neat. I will say that. And the whole MyTEAM rep system, the fact that they have like a park-esque mode in MyTEAM is number one, it's genius for 2K business-wise because it's going to make them more money. But number two, it's cool. It's fun. This is an implementation in MyTEAM that we have never had, and it elevates the game significantly. I think it's really cool.
Overall hot streak like they do in a park, but with the MyTEAM cards, especially if you do it with a specific card and you make a video out of it. I'm just trying to, you know, get creative with my content already. So if y'all are a streamer, write it down. People will tune in. Now, in the short amount of time I got to play the game, the gameplay actually felt good. I wasn't really a fan of the dribbling, though. I felt like
we're gonna have to learn the dribbling.
Delayed with my button inputs.
I hope it's not delayed. That would be problematic.
Taking over things, but maybe this is a way for them to try to combat dribble spamming or something like that. Off the bat, I wasn't the biggest fan
combat
of it.
dribble spamming.
Too much because it's a new
oh Lord.
System, so until I've had my hands on the game for at least a couple of weeks and figured out the dribbling, I'm not gonna hate on it. But off the
I think that's a valid point.
Back, I definitely wasn't the biggest fan. There was some cool new rebounding animations I noticed. There was a lot of new defensive
post hook,
which I think are going to be a ton of fun. That one thing they showed with a ball slapping.
The help defense looks atrocious, by the way. I hope that turning that off will help the help defense to not be awful, because there's so many wide open shots here.
That was definitely happening. Like, you can really play defense. You can accelerate to cut people off. Offensively, I'm really going to need to figure some things out, because it felt like defensively, that's where all the hell was. Now, we all know the gameplay is usually not the make or break when it comes to the MyTEAM mode itself. That's usually also the content throughout the course of the whole year.
At least to a certain extent.
Is accessible. So if y'all want more of a deep dive of the gameplay itself, y'all probably want to go watch somebody like Joe Knows or somebody else that was attending Community Day. Now, we've talked about a lot of good, but there is still some bad, aka concerning stuff. Number one is a big one I feel like the community was complaining about. Depending on who you are, it is going to bother you as far as the workflow of the game. This didn't happen to me at Com Day, but it did happen to Killsamoy. He quit a game because he was using the wrong lineup, and then the ban screen popped up. That's right, guys, the ban screen. Now, I felt like this
doesn't affect me that much because I very rarely quit games, but the quit bans still being a thing is terrible. That is so bad for the mode. I mean, there are bigger issues that hopefully will have been fixed in 2K25, but that's really annoying because it's just for the health of the game. Quit bans are so dumb, man. I don't know. I think I've expressed my frustration about that before, and I think a lot of other people have too. They should not be in the game. They're not in any other Ultimate Team in this game mode. It's really disappointing that quit bans are even a thing.
They're really going to be removed for this year, and maybe it is removed, maybe it isn't.
I hope it's removed. It's true. Things aren't finalized, but
I'm not the biggest fan of that because
2K, if y'all are listening to people, please take out the quit bans. Please, please, please. We do not need them. I do not care if they're intended to reduce boosting a little bit or whatever. It's just not. Come on, man. Please.
I feel like that slows down the pace of the game, but at the same time, I feel like they're going to keep it in there, especially because they've now brought the park to MyTEAM. They want to make sure people aren't quitting
I think
games,
they will.
Which then leads
unfortunately
me to my next concern, and that is going to be the complete workflow of TTO as a game. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I believe
what does he mean?
In the park, and the person quits the game, you as the person that is still playing still have to follow through with a full game versus CPU.
See, that's
end up slowing the
annoying.
down, especially because we know that when opponents leave the match, the game ends, you get the dub, you're on to the next game, and things are moving fast. And speaking of fast, that is then going to lead to my next concern, which is going to be matchmaking in TTO. Usually in TTO, you hit search a match, it starts matchmaking, you find a game,
right.
And you're going.
This is what I was worried about.
This is necessarily going to be a problem in MyTEAM Park early on, and maybe throughout the whole year if they kind of keep the content and things flowing. But one thing that's going to kind of slow down matchmaking is the fact that you now have to hop into the MyTEAM.
Blow-bys seem almost non-existent, by the way. If you have defensive badges anyway, it seems like blow-bys just don't happen.
That's great. You're flying through games, but if you're someone that's losing,
which might make it kind of hard to score. We'll see.
You gotta walk around. You gotta wait for the next.
I haven't seen a single shooting foul either.
and then you can load into another game. So for me, I'm a little bit concerned about that.
Yeah, I think that's a fair concern for sure.
Before you could fly through TTO games, whether you're winning or losing, boom, 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 just like that. But now it feels like there's this added walking, there's this added waiting, and stuff like that. I've seen
it's true. It's going to make certain grinds a lot longer, probably.
That they just want to play basketball. They don't want to walk around. They don't want to wait. They just want to hoop. So that is a bit of a concern for me. But
I think it's a valid concern too.
First, before I get too judgy.
The health defense looks terrible.
Go back to old gen, which I'm assuming is going to have the old TTO system, just so they can get into their games faster and get it done with. Definitely interesting, something to bring up. Let me know how y'all feel about that in the comments. Overall, for
certain grinds, I could definitely see it being really annoying.
Content creating / community building possibilities it's gonna have. Now that we've got the rep system in MyTEAM, I could definitely see it bringing back that grind team feeling that people enjoyed from back in 2K20 and 2K21. As long as they continue to update it with things that are going to be worth grinding for, I can definitely see it being fun.
All right, well there you go. That's an interesting video. Shout out to, can I pause this please? Shout out to HTB for that. That's pretty cool. Very much appreciate again his insight, and it's cool that he was able to go to community day. He was able to share all this information with us. Obviously, in all honesty, I don't think we actually learned that much about MyTEAM itself, because we don't get to see the cards that are going to be in the game day one. It was a bunch of basically tester trial cards, but at the same time, I cross my fingers and hope that things are good. You know what I mean? Hope that the content is good. The content is going to, again, be the most important part. I mean, gameplay is important, and the gameplay does look smooth, but it looks like, obviously, I think it's going to take a lot more time for us to process the gameplay and decide what we think, because people are going to have to get their hands on the game and really practice and learn and figure out what's good and what's not and how the game actually works. That's going to take some time. With that being said, I'm excited for MyTEAM. I hope y'all are excited as well. So enjoyed making this video. If you did enjoy, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon. I appreciate y'all. Peace.